This photograph was taken in 1960. What you are looking at is a king carrying another king across a stream. He didn't carry him as a servant. It wasn't even punishment. He did it as a sacred duty. One king had to carry another king across a stream, and the moment they got to the other side, they could never see each other again for the rest of their lives. The man being carried is Oba SK Adetona, the Awujale of Ijebu land, the paramount ruler of the Ijebu people of Ogun State. And in this picture, he had just been crowned. He was on his way back from the Odo ceremony, a sacred part of the coronation process. The stream in front of him is the Owa stream, and tradition says the Awujale's feet must never touch that water. It is a taboo. So the Elese of Ileshe, another Oba, a king in his own right, got into the stream, bent down, and carried the Awujale across on his back. One king was carrying another king through sacred waters. But here's the part that will stop you in your tracks. Guys, I just dropped something for every creator who is stuck between 0 to 10,000 followers. It's called the Nano Creator Handbook, and it contains everything I learned on my own journey to 10,000 followers. The problems, the mistakes, the things that actually worked, and the things that never worked, all in one guide. You can get it right now on Seller. The link is in my bio. And if you want something more personal, I'm also taking clarity calls at the moment. Just me and you, looking at your own journey together and finding out what specifically works for you. It's also available on Seller. The link is in my bio. You can get it right now. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the story. Once the Awujale's feet touched the other bank of the river, the Elese could never come to Ijebu land again. He could never visit, he could never be received, and he could never set eyes on the Awujale for as long as the both of them lived. And according to tradition, if the Awujale was ever to set his eyes on the Elese again, death would come for the Elese. Think about what that means. The Elese of Ileshe carried this man, knowing fully well that once he set him down at the other side of the river, it was goodbye. Not goodbye for a year, not goodbye until the next ceremony. Goodbye forever. These were two kings who may have known each other for a very, very long time. Two rulers whose kingdoms shared the same land, the same history, and the same traditions. And the price of this one act of service, the crossing, was a lifetime of separation. This is what you are looking at in this photograph. A man performing a duty he knows he will pay for the rest of his life. Now, here's the twist that gives this story even more layers. The Awujale himself, Oba Adetona, wrote about these traditions in his own autobiography, and he was not respectful about it. He wrote about one specific incident saying, at Ijebu Imosin, forgive my pronunciation, there was a tree I passed which I was never to set my eyes on again. And yet, I have seen this tree many times. He called the secrecy around coronation rituals a mere strategy to extort money from the public. He said the traditions were deliberately made to look mysterious to serve those that benefited from them. He reigned for 65 years, one of the longest reigns in Nigerian history. And in that time, he slowly distanced himself from the traditions that had made him king. When he died in 2025, at 91 years old, the traditionalists who had crowned him king during his coronation, including those who had accompanied him when he was crossing the Owa stream, all arrived at his funeral and they were turned away. One photograph taken in 1960, a moment of profound cultural depth between two kings, sacred water, and a lifetime of separation beginning after the crossing. And the man being carried spends the next 65 years questioning whether any of it meant anything at all. Nigeria is full of traditions that are this old, this layered, and this difficult to understand from the outside. The stream was crossed, the photograph was taken, and the two kings never saw each other again for the rest of their whole lives. Follow for more Nigerian stories that the world forgot to tell.